Good day, Simmers. Welcome once again to SIMantha's FreePlay channel. And in this episode, we will talk about cake farms. Now, I know it has been quite a while since my last episode, but from that episode, I did say I will be creating contents in reference to the cake farm, the baby glitch, pet farm, and the pet glitch as well. So we'll start out with the cake farm. Most new simmers or those who are just starting out with Sims FreePlay have a lot of questions about what a cake farm is, how is it beneficial to them, how does it work, or how is it made. Now, the part where we will be creating a cake farm, it's going to be a separate episode because that's going to involve the baby glitch. So a lot of you would probably think, how is it possible for someone to have, like, for this is my town and I have 212 sims, how is it possible for me to have that many sims? That's through the baby glitch. If you don't have the time to wait until I create my own episode about the baby glitch and how to create a cake farm, you can always look it up on YouTube. There are other content creators, simmers, who have already uploaded videos about this, but mine would be, of course, a more updated one or a more recent one, since I will still be creating the video. I haven't really checked whether or not the baby glitch is still working. However, I haven't seen any posts as well that it's no longer working, so most likely it still is. From I think 2 or 3 updates ago, I was able to test out all other glitches except for the baby glitch, but ever since we haven't really gotten any posts or reports that is no longer working, so we'll find out. But basically, just by looking at my town, you can see that I have 4 houses that are right next to each other. So just to give you a quick overview, and you're seeing nighttime because it's nighttime here where I am, and normally the game follows your time zone on your phone. Now, SP, as you can see here, on farthest left near the police station, SP stands for Social Points House. I will be creating a separate video about that as well. Social Points House is basically just the house you can visit at your neighbors if you're doing social tasks. So those are the tasks you can see here. This one right here with the purple or violet globe icon. It says social tasks and it has like a play button. So joyride on an inflatable toy in a neighbor's pool. So in this house, the SP house that I have here, I have a couple of pools there, and it has an inflatable toy that you can complete the task that's being requested here, if that's what you have, or whichever other task. Mostly you will find it here or in the neighbors community. So that's the purpose of the Social Points House, just to give you an overview. Of course, I have the cake farm, and most of my sims, that's comprising the 212, are found here. I have 128 bakers at my cake farm. I cannot visit that because that's gonna ruin the glitch. That's why we're gonna be visiting 1 or 2 cake farms later on from another Sims neighborhood. Pet farm, that's the one next to the cake farm. This is where you'll see 70 pets are in. So we'd be using the pet glitch here to steal and relocate the pets in just one lot. As you very well know, we are only allowed up to 2 pets per lot, but if you learn how to perform the pet glitch, you'll be able to create the pet farm. What's the purpose of it? You'll be able to gain some LPs if you're patient enough to collect them, farm them, or harvest them from a pet farm, then you should be able to get LPs for free. You can get some simoleons as well. And the hobby and events house, I don't know if a lot of people have this, but this is solely for the purpose of this is just for me, in case in the future, because right now when I do events or hobby events, I just speed through the event by using LPs and SPs. But in the future, if I run out of resources, which is probably not likely because I got the lifetime package, but if I do, at least I have the hobby and events house, which houses all of the items that's needed for events like sim chase, events and hobby events. Okay, now but we are gonna focus on talking about the cake farm, and for me to be able to explain this better to you, we will be visiting one of the most known cake farmers in Sims FreePlay universe. And if you haven't heard of her, she has, I think, the most number of clouds that mainly holds cake farms. And in one cloud, like for myself, in this cloud, I only have one account that has a cake farm, and only one lot that houses a cake farm with 128 acres. If you visit my cake farm, you'd be able to harvest Mystery Island resources, XPs to help you level up, and you can also harvest a ton of simoleons to help you with your purchases in the app. So in my cake farm, you could gather, if it's just simoleons that you're after, up to 300,000 plus simoleons in one visit. So once you're done harvesting all the cakes, you can just go back to your neighborhood and then revisit, and the cakes are just gonna refill automatically. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna show you. Now we are gonna go ahead and visit one of Seleme's cake farms. So Seleme, that's the person or the simmer that I was referring to earlier. She has the most number of cake farms, and you can also join her group and request to be added in one of her clouds for you to be able to enjoy harvesting and level up, and always get a free refill of simoleons. You can find her group on Facebook, that's Seleme's Cake Farms. I will be adding a link to the description box, so you can just click on it, and then you can request to be added in the group and request to be added to her to the clouds that are still available for friend requests. Now let's move on to visiting the cake farm, so I can talk further about the benefits of visiting or having a neighbor with a cake farm. So the first thing we'll need to do is to go to the party boat, and from where I'm playing I'm using a Samsung phone and Android, so I click this icon and then go to the party boat. That's the globe icon right here, and then wait for this to load. Now for any one of you who doesn't know yet, the party boat can only house up to 100 simmers that are connected to your Facebook. So that means you can only visit 100 neighbors on there, and those that get to be part of the 100 will depend on the town value. This is the town value that you see right here, right next to the visit button. So anyone below the least amount of town value will no longer be part of the 100 neighbors that's being accommodated by the party boat. And mine, the least is 1.1 million. So anybody else below that town value will no longer show up here on my party boat. It just houses 100. So let's search for Seleme. I think I have, she is at the most or at the maximum number of town value, which is 2,147,000, 2 billion rather, sorry. That's 1.1 billion, which was the least, and the max town value is at 2 billion plus. So 2,147,480,647. That's the maximum number. So let's look for Seleme. And let's visit this one, Seleme Valeria. So I'll click visit. And then let me select the sim, which is one of my favorites. I'll be taking Joe Martin with me. Okay. And then we wait to arrive at Seleme's SimTown. Okay. Let's take a look at how many Sims she actually has. I have 212. Let's see how many Sims Seleme has in her town. Okay, any moment now. Okay, here we go. It's about to load. Or not. Let's give it a few more seconds. There. So notice, you can pause this part. She has 404 Sims in her town. And normally what you will notice for people who have cake farms, what you will notice is they'd have fireworks all around. So these are the houses that would normally have the cake farms. There are some, like for myself, I would label it with a CF. The letters C and F that would stand for cake farm. Sometimes it would be at the rooftop, sometimes it would be a patio inscription or balcony. So it depends. But Seleme doesn't do that anymore. I think she has changed her style over time. But a best way to easily tell whether a neighbor has a cake farm, if they haven't told you that they do or announced that they do, is the number of Sims in a house. Like this one has 74. The next one has 76. And then we have 65 here, 69, and the others that we've seen earlier. So let's try to visit. We have 71 right here, and then 32 right here. And I think that's that. Yeah. Okay, so let's try to visit the first one, the one with the 74 Sims. And let's see what's in there. And let me show you how convenient it is to just go in and harvest from all the houses, go back to your neighborhood, and then return, and then they're just gonna refill the cakes. Okay. So while we're waiting, just to let you know, there are 3 types of cakes that you will normally find in a cake farm. And the most common one is the wedding cake. That's the one that gives you the most number of simoleons and most number of XPs. The other 2 cakes, we have the birthday cakes and the pet biscuits. So the wedding cake, I'm not sure if there's any other purpose other than it gives you that much amount of simoleons, and this is what it looks like. If you click on this one, it gives you 2,500. I failed to see the XP. There's a Mystery Island resource. 25. I think that was 700 or 1,700 XP. But just imagine, this is what, 74, I believe, 74 Sims times the number of simoleons and XPs that you're getting. I'm at level 55, so that number's not gonna go up. But look at how fast my simoleons are going up because of the harvest that I'm doing. So these other sources of energy that we're showing here that we are able to harvest, that's for the monuments at the Mystery Island. Or correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what it is. That's what I normally see whenever I have my Sims perform an activity. Those are the ones that I see, and they help you unlock monuments. So that's pretty helpful too. But when I did quite a visit in the past, when I haven't topped up my cloud, Seleme was really the first person that helped me, enjoy the game, because I just have to visit her town, go to the houses, her towns rather. I had 3 and then I had 5. I think now I have 6 of her towns, and it's just there. If I run out of simoleons in the future, I can always just visit and refill my simoleons. So see, earlier it was at I think it was 7 million. Now it's up to 8 million, and then we can just go back to the town by clicking this icon, and then we go to the next house. So let's visit that as well. And the other thing I like about Seleme's cake farms, they're really very creative. She dresses them up, so that's why it takes most of her time, up to the point where she's already sleepless, and I admire that. The dedication to help new simmers enjoy their game, because you know how crazy expensive the items are, especially those that are sold in simoleons. You want to buy an architect house when they reset every other Thursdays. They sell it by the millions, right? So if you have the time and the patience, just visit your neighbor or Seleme's cake farms to harvest the simoleons, and you can easily get the houses that you like, or buy the stuff that you like, that you would like to put when you're building something, or when you're doing a quest and stuff like that. So another thing I would like to tell you, normally you would find the cakes at the basement. Sometimes you could find them at the rooftop, but it's always typical for the cakes to be at the basement. There are also cake farms that I've visited in the past from some others who just put the bakers right there. No building or anything, just people or bakers on the lot with the cakes. But I appreciate those who really take the time to make their houses interesting. You can even get ideas when you visit this, right? You get inspired. So let's harvest this. And let me show you again how my simoleon bucket is going up. If you're any level below 55, expect that in between your harvest, you will be leveling up. You don't even have to complete quests. Take so much of your time. You can do the quests later and level up using cake farms. Okay. Now let's. This is the creativity I'm telling you about earlier. She meticulously selects their outfit per house, and then she has this singing salmon. So the purpose of the singing salmon, that's another benefit when you go to Seleme's cake farms. If your sim, the sim that you took with you, is low on energy, you can have them use the singing salmon, sing to it, dance with it, I believe, and then it will refresh. And your sim, when it goes back home to your neighborhood, the energy levels are at 100%. Okay, so let's visit another one. I'm kind of curious as to what we'll find in that house that has 30 plus sims only. So let's go back to her town and let's visit the third one. Okay, so I think it was somewhere here, if I'm not mistaken. Where's that 30 plus? I should be looking for fireworks, right? That's what I said earlier. This is 71, 69, 65. We visited this too. Where are you? There. 32. Oh no, these are pets. Okay, so this is a pet farm because the one with the bigger number is to the left, and it has the icon of a pet. So this is a pet farm, but we'll not visit that right now. We'll have a different topic for that. So let's just visit the other ones. So I'm trying to look for which house. It's my first time to visit again Seleme Valeria. Which one has the other types of cakes? So we might get lucky here. So the birthday cakes, you'll get simoleons every now and then, monument resources every now and then, XPs definitely. But the other purpose of the birthday cake, it stays in your inventory when you harvest it. On my inventory, I think I have 1,000, 2,000 plus. So when you need to age a sim, say for example from a baby to a toddler to a preteen, you don't have to bake the cake because you have it in your inventory. So that's the other benefit that you will get. Okay, so these are wedding cakes. Let's just harvest them. Okay, I just want you to see how my simoleons went up from 8.1 to 8.4 million. If we're not able to find birthday cakes and pet biscuits, then we'll visit another one of Seleme's towns. So pet biscuits, that's to age pets from say a kitten to an adult cat. So normally you'd have to have it baked, and it costs a lot for you to just bake like a birthday cake and a pet biscuit. So if you're able to harvest from cake farms, you'd have those for free in your inventory. You can age the pet or the sim for free because you'll have it in your inventory. So hopefully this one has an example of the birthday cake and the pet biscuit. Let's see. Okay. Okay, still wedding cakes. Just harvest this insert here. So this is especially helpful if so there's another way to earn unlimited simoleons, and that's by okay, let's go back and go to the last house to get unlimited simoleons, and this is through the duplication glitch. But not everyone has reached the stage where they've done the life dreams and legacies quest. That's where you get to have your sims pass over, and then they leave you with an orb as long as they are able to fulfill their life dreams. So that's gonna take quite a while. So if you want simoleons easily without having to wait until you're done with the quest to do the duplication glitch for the life orb, then this is the best way to go. So let's go to this one. Okay. This one's taking a bit of time to load. Here we go. See how beautiful this house is. Whoa, that's some idea, right? There. Okay, so this one is perfect. It has wedding cakes, and then it has birthday cakes, and then these are the pet biscuits. You see the paw icon. So if you harvest this, you'll get 999 XP, and then some simoleons every now and then. Not all the pet biscuits will have simoleons, and not all of them will have the monument resources, but it will definitely have the XP. There. And sometimes it's 575, sometimes it's 999. And look at how sweet the costumes are, right? So this one is the House of Sorcery, perhaps. For birthday cake, so you'll get the XP, definitely. Same with the pet biscuit, you'll get simoleons on selected cakes as well, and then monument resources. So the number of cakes that you've harvested here again is gonna stay in your inventory. Same with the pet biscuit. But for the wedding cakes, like I said, I haven't really seen any other purpose of it. Or probably it's something I need to research on, because we definitely did not use wedding cakes when we wed Sims, right? It's the wedding ring. So there. So we've harvested from all of Seleme's houses in this particular SimTown, Seleme Valeria. And if you would like for those cakes to, if you would like to harvest a second time, all you need to do is to click this globe icon right here, go home, and then take your sim back to this town. And then all of those cakes are just gonna refill. Okay, so I'm hoping that this episode is helpful, especially for the newbies, the new simmers who are just starting out. And shout out to Seleme. Thank you so much for making our Sims FreePlay life a fun game to live in, if I could say it that way. And I'll see you on my next episode. We'll be talking about the